Hello, my friends. How are we doing today? I'm pretty sad that we weren't able to see each other today, but I'm really happy to see everyone today. And I do have an agenda for today. Looks like the first thing on our list is saying the hello song. Looks like second, we're gonna check in with our feelings. And then third, we're gonna do an activity to see what items float or sink. And our fourth one, we have a story to tell. And the fifth one is our goodbye song. All right, so we're gonna start off with our hello song. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'm glad you're here today. All right, perfect. We're gonna check in with our feelings, and I did bring in this. If you could see this, looks like this is happy, silly, surprised, proud, happy, sad, scared, and angry. Today I am feeling sad because I could not see my friends today, but I'm also feeling happy because I get to see my friends tomorrow. I'm so excited to see everyone. I am happy. And oh, there's no one for, and I'm surprised to see all my friends tomorrow. It would be such a happy surprise. Perfect. And then now we're gonna move on to our sink and flow activity. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna pull this up. And I wanna bring this down so everyone can see. Looks like we got this water right here. And I do have a couple items to show you what floats and sinks. All right, the first item I have, this is a little llama and it's squishy, but it feels kind of heavy. So we're gonna test it out to see if it sinks or floats. Looks like that one sunk. I got a couple more items. I got a tennis ball. It is kind of squishy. It feels kind of heavy, but sort of light. So let's see if this floats or sinks. Looks like this one floated. All right, what else do I have? Ooh, I do have a rock and I put a little heart on it. I thought it was really cute. So let's see, this feels pretty heavy. So I think this one is going to sink. Let's test it out. Looks like that one sunk. Oh my goodness, what else do I have? Ooh, I also have these little magnet little falls right here. We have yellow and blue. All right, let's test them. Oh, looks like that one sunk too. And I also have this squishy hippopotamus shape. And it's foamy and squishy and it feels pretty light. So let's see if this sinks or floats. Looks like that one float too. What else do I have? I do have a piece of Lego with us and it feels pretty light. So I think this one's gonna float too. Looks like that one float too. How cool. I think I have one more. I have this key. It says 1 and a 6. That makes 16. All right, and it feels pretty light. It sounds hard, but it feels pretty light. Let's test it out. Looks at that one. Ooh, I'm gonna turn it over and see if my friends can see this. Do you see the key? It sunk. That's so cool. So we have 1, 2, 3 little objects floating. So we'll make a tally mark. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. And let's count how many items sunk. We have the rock, we have the key, we have the llama keychain, and the magnetic ball. So that makes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh my goodness, my friends. We have 4 items that sunk. And we have 3 little items that were floating. That's so cool. All right, my friends. Looks like we got our little activity done. Next is our story. I do have 2 stories to tell my friends. I'm pretty excited because we have been talking about water lately. And I do have a book called Secrets of the Seashore. We have crabs, we have shells, a starfish. What else do we have? Oh, I see some seaweed, some more shells. And we got the sand and rocks. These little things are called barnacles and they grow on the rocks. Wow. All right, my friends. Oh, we also see some fish floating around here in the little bubbles. That's so cool. All right, friends, I'm going to start the story. Secrets of the Seashore. All right. A tide pool is a hollow on the seashore. Can you see what happens to the tide when it comes in? Can we see, friends? Look what we have. We have a bird and we have the water right over here and it's rising up. We have barnacles all over the rocks. And we have a seashell right here. Wow, we see the ocean in the background with seagulls. Wow. Whoosh! The seawater flows in with the tide and fills the tide pool. We got some tide pool little fishies and these little critters. There's our shrimps. And we got a starfish. We got little sea anemones. Wow, it says creatures that live in seawater have waited for the tide pool to fill. What's hiding in these shells? Ooh, can we guess what these are? I think my best guess has to be a clam. We have the sand and some shells over here. We got baby ones and we got barnacles. I think over here we have some seaweed. Right over here. All right, we're gonna find out what's hiding in the shells. Bubble, bubble. Mussels keep their blue shells tightly shut while the tide is out. Now they open the shells and begin to feed. So I thought it were clams, but these are mussels and they open up a little bit and they start to feed. See how they're bubbling a little bit and they're opening? How cool is that? Creatures cling to the rocks around the pool. Who could live in the shell like these? Can you guys see the shells like these? We got these guys and a little shell. Oh my gosh, what is this? We got bird feet. We're gonna find out what kind of bird that is. Barnacles come to life in the water. They teach their feathery legs to wave tiny pieces of food into their mouth. Flutter, flutter. So we know that these are barnacles and they have little tentacle-like little things. Wow, and then they grab little pieces like food. That's cool. Other creatures are waking up too. What are these jewel-like animals? Wow, look how pretty these are. Wow, we have a pink one and a purple one. And we also have little baby shrimp. They're just swimming around. We got seaweed too. And we got more barnacles up here. Wow, can anyone spy another one? More barnacles over here. And we got a tiny, tiny little shell over here. All right, I want to find out what these jewel-like animals are called. Stretch. Two sea anemones are searching for food with their long, wiggly tentacles. They eat small fish and small shrimp. So we know these are anemones. Sometimes if you touch just the top of them, they're kind of sticky. So next time you go to the beach, just be very gentle. And if you touch them just a little bit, they are kind of sticky. All right, dark nooks under rocks make perfect hiding places. Can you see who's resting here? Oh, I spy something pretty familiar. I see when I go to the beach, they got two pinchers, two eyes, and it's red. Oh, there's more shells around here. Oh, can we see the mussels right here? Wow, how cool. All right, I want to see who is resting in this area. Click, click. A crab holds its pinchers up, ready to grab a tidbit to eat. Whoa, looks like that was a crab. It's got two pinchers. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, 9, 10 legs and 2 little arms. The crab is on the move, but there's another hunter nearby. So we see the crab over here. Can we spy the other hunter? I see the tide pool, the sand. I want to know what this is. We're going to find out. Hold tight. A starfish uses tube-like suckers on its underside to hold to the rocks. Wow. So it looks like that was a starfish. If you turn it upside down, you can see all its tentacles or little face. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right here, friends, this is where they eat. This is a little mouth. Look at all the little sections over here. Oh my goodness, they hold on tight to the rocks. Another animal with suckers is resting in the tide pool. Can you count its 8 arms? Oh my goodness, friends. Can you guys see over here? I know it's pretty lightly, but can we guess what creature has 8 little arms and it has suction-like tentacles? We're gonna find out. An octopus has 8 long arms with suckers on the underside. It crawls slowly over the rocks. Looks like the octopus was camouflaging in the other one, in the other page. Wow, look at all these tentacles. It's got 8 arms. How cool. There's an animal hiding in the sand. Only its eyes can be seen. What do you think it is? Can you guys spy their eyes? I think they're right over here. They got 2 eyes. We have some little shrimps over here. Are we gonna guess what this is? Splish splash. A small fish lives in the tide pool. It hides under the rocks and seaweed and in the sand. That's so cool. It's got 2 eyes. It's got 1, 2 fins, and it's got a little tail. Wow, look at all the grooves it has. Wow, that's pretty awesome. All right, another tide pool creature lives in this large shell. What do you think it could be? Can you guys guess what could be in this shell? Ooh. And we got barnacles up here as well with some seaweed. All right, we're gonna find out what lives in this little shell. Surprise! A hermit crab has made its home in the empty shell. Wow, do you guys see this? The hermit crab? Oh my goodness. It found a home, it found a shell. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 legs, and we got 2 eyes, 2 antennas, and this little smiley face. He's happy because he found his home. This whelk is sharing its part of the tide pool with small swimming creatures. Can you see them? Can you guys see all the swimming creatures? We got the hermit crab over here. And we got some more shells up in the very top where the sand is sitting. And we got more seaweed. Swish. Shrimp move backwards by quickly flicking their tails. Their see-through bodies are much easier to find when they move. So shrimp can be see-through too. Wow. And they swim backwards to quickly. Wow. We got 1, 2, 3 little shrimps just swishing around. Something waving in the water. There's something waving in the water. Which plants live in the sea? Can you guys see all of this? We're gonna try and find out what type of plants live in the sea. I'm excited to find out. Stick and slimy seaweed anchors itself to rocks and grows in the sun. That's a fun fact I did not know. So when you ever go to the beach, if you touch seaweed, it's going to be sticky and slimy. Wood is slithering along in the seaweed. Ooh, so we see the seaweed over here. And we see some shells. And we see some waves in there. Ooh, I'm curious to see what else is slithering in the seaweed. A whelk is looking for other shells. It can drill a hole through a shell to eat the creatures inside. This looks pretty big. I want to know how big they are in real life. It's got 1, 2 eyes. These little arms. And it's big shell. How cool is that? A sleek sea otter has spotted something. Can you see what she wants for dinner? Can you guys see the cute little sea otter waiting patiently to see what she wants for dinner? All right, let's find out what she wants for dinner. Ouch! Most animals stay away from those nasty spikes, but a sea urchin is a tasty meal for sea otters. Wow, so these are sea urchins and they're spiky, so we don't want to be near them. Only the otters can be because that's what they eat. Which orange beak bird lives on the seashore? Ooh, we got a bird with an orange beak, and we have a starfish, and we got more shells around the rocks. All right, can anyone know, guess what kind of bird this is? Ooh, we're gonna find out. An oyster catcher is calling out for other birds. Squawk! When I go to the beach, I see a bunch of seagulls, and they're always asking for food. Oh my goodness. Can you see what the oyster catcher has found in the sand? Ooh, can you guys see? It's looking for something in the sand. We're gonna find out what he's looking for. It's a clam. The oyster catcher's long beak is perfect for finding buried food. Do you guys see the bird beak and his little feet? Trying to find the clams around here because they're hiding. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 clams. Wow. Slowly, the tide retreats, and with it, much of the water in the tide pool. Its animals and plants are resting again, waiting for the next tide to come in. Can you guys see the bird eating the little clams? Can you guys see the barnacles over here? And all the rocks behind them? And this just tells us this is a crab. Oh, remember when I was talking about seagulls? These are the seagulls. Oh, we saw this creature. Stuck fast. What else do we have? We have a clam. Oh, and these little slithery little creatures are called eels. And we got more plants over here. And we have an octopus. And the mussels that we were talking about in the beginning of the story. All right, my friends, looks like that was the end of the story. I do have one more story to tell. I have a scene. This is Tim and this is Kara. All right. So it says, here is Tim and Kara. Both children want to play at the store, but both children want to play at the toy cash register. So you guys see the cash register and all the items he collected to pay? Ooh. Think about what Kara and Tim can do. They can give time to call on one or each other. They can take turns. They can trade or they can play together. Wow. That's a good idea. Sometimes we like to take turns so we can play or we can play together. That works as well. All right. Is it fair for Kara to keep Tim from playing with the cash register? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's fair. How might Tim feel? I don't think he would be very happy about that. I think he would feel kind of sad, maybe angry, because she's not sharing. The toys belong to the school, and all the children should get a chance to play with them. That is correct. So Tim can ask Kara if he can join in. Can we play together with the cash register? Tim asks. So they're playing together. He asked to join in, and Kara likes the idea. She has fun playing store with Tim and playing together with the cash register. Oh my goodness, they're gonna start playing together. That's awesome. Perfect. So we have Tim and Kara, and they're gonna play together and they're gonna share. They're gonna take turns with the cash register. You guys see what else is in here in the background? We've got a pear. We also have some cake in the background. Possibly some more cake and some more fruits and veggies in her basket. That's perfect. That's the end of our story, friends. All right, let's check our agenda. So it looks like we did our hello song and our feelings check. We did our activity. I read the stories. All right, friends. All right, looks like the number 5 is our goodbye song. All right. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'm glad you came today. All right, my friends, I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow with your beautiful faces, and I'm really excited. It's our last week. All right, I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Have a great day, you guys.